Like me, have you ever wondered if menopausal research is simply unethical? To find out the answer, I invite you on a journey with me into the world of medical research on menopausal women with multiple hormone deficiencies. My name is Beth Rosenshine, and I want your future to be better than my present. Let's get started. The success of any clinical trial relies on the integrity of the institution running the trial and the pharmaceutical company supplying the drugs. Most of the medical research done on menopausal women with hypogonadism has been run by the National Institutes of Health, the NIH. The NIH is a well-regarded and well-respected institution. The majority of medical research on menopausal women with hypogonadism has been done by the NIH for over 8 decades, since 1940. The NIH employs a variety of well-qualified doctors, scientists, lawyers, and ethicists to design clinical trials. Presumably, the goal is to ensure the safety of the recruited participants, to inform them of the risks and benefits, and to use drugs that are applicable to the disease being treated. To run these NIH-designed trials, pharmaceutical companies will supply the drugs to be used. In 1942, just 2 years after President Roosevelt dedicated the National Institutes of Health, a new drug received FDA approval. That drug is Premarin. Since 1942, Premarin has dominated medical research on menopausal women with hypogonadism. Premarin is a unique drug to be used in medical research. What is unique is that clinical trials which use Premarin are designed to ignore the amount of hormone dispensed. This is done by not ever measuring any hormone levels. As you know, estradiol is the estrogen hormone to be replaced for a woman with hypogonadism. Premarin contains a component that can increase the level of estradiol. However, Premarin also contains an anti-estradiol component that can block estradiol from increasing. The FDA allows Pfizer to decide unilaterally how much of each component to include in a batch of Premarin. Because estradiol levels are not measured, only Pfizer knows if the level of estradiol will be increased and by how much. Being able to control the amount of estradiol means Pfizer can control the success or failure of a clinical trial. The NIH brings together professionals from many different fields to ensure that its clinical trials are ethical and safe for its participants. Unfortunately, the NIH does not ensure that trials that use Premarin are ethical and safe for women with hypogonadism. The NIH does not require menopausal women to be informed that they have a disease called hypogonadism. The NIH does not require the protocol or recipe for treatment of hypogonadism to be used for menopausal women. The NIH allows the manufacturer of Premarin to unilaterally decide an important part of the outcome of clinical trials by deciding how much or if estradiol will be increased. It is discrimination to not use the protocol or recipe for hypogonadism for women with hypogonadism. It is unethical to not inform menopausal women that they have a disease called hypogonadism. It is unconscionable to use a drug that can be used to manipulate the results of a clinical trial. I'll talk more about this in my next video. To learn more in upcoming videos about unethical menopausal research, please click here to subscribe.